Good evening and welcome to our podcast. My name is Ávila Moreno. I'm an Erasmus student from Spain.
Yeah, my name is José Daniel García Gil, and I am as well an Erasmus student from Spain.
Hello, my name is Mira. Amarneh. I'm from Palestine. I'm also Erasmus student from Irkutsk University in Czech Republic.
We're recording this podcast for the Global Learning and Social Justice class in MASARYKOVA University. And as we know, we're talking today to Mira. Hi Mira,
Hello.
how are you?
Hello, Laura. Thank you.
Do you agree to record this podcast and publish this podcast?
Yes, I agree and I give my approval for that.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
If at any point do you feel uncomfortable, do not feel pressure to answer to any of our questions.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
you go first. You being
Yeah.
comfortable is our priority. So you said you're from Palestine. Where exactly in Palestine are you from?
Exactly, I'm from West Bank. My origin from Jenin, but I'm living in Jericho,
Okay.
like close to the border, to Jordania border. At the same time, I'm studying in East Jerusalem.
Okay.
Okay. So, as we know you from being here in Erasmus with us, we wanted to ask you about why did you choose Czech Republic, or why did you came here? Like, what was the process of you arriving to Czech Republic?
Yeah. Actually, it's not about specific Czech Republic, to be honest. It's about experience what is called university student life, like the normal one. This was unfortunately this is my first time in my bachelor after spending 4 years in my home university. I'm trying right now to live what is called university student life, with the freedom of mobility, without checkpoints, without military raids on our university, without shooting, bombs, without fearing of investigation, without fearing of being beaten or killing or raped on the checkpoints, that the daily already I passed it through 3 years and a half. So literally that's why I came here. I did not choose this Czech Republic specifically for specific matter, to be honest. I look for it. It was safe. Okay, it's a good ranking in safety, in EU countries. But the thing, it's not so much safe for my identity as Palestinian as hijab regarding for Islamophobia. To be honest, that's the thing that I was astonished when I came here. Still the people are. Sorry, I was cursing. Still the people are still brainwashed. Totally, even after the war, after the genocide, still Islamophobia is they say the Palestinian want to ethnic cleansing Israelis, which is bullshit, you can't ethnic cleansing, and while you are let's say you don't have that much power and that guns to ethnic cleansing other race or other religion, as they say.
Okay. Because you are Muslim.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm Muslim and hijabi, so every time when I'm walking in the street, they look always on my head. Every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically it's a very big change for
Yeah.
you because the conflict that's going on right now in Palestine affected you on a personal level.
Of course, yeah.
What would you say is the thing that impacted you the most?
It's impacting me the most. Okay, that I being lived in Palestine for 20 years in survival mode, not living the basic life that everyone in all the world already had it. Every small details when you think you need to do a trip, as we were discussing, when we need to go to Budapest or something like that. If every time I was planning for my next day to go into the college, I need to do plan A, plan B, plan C. I need to have always my data. If there is a checkpoint, I need to attend my class online. And sometimes I'm feared if I have my laptop and my phone, they're gonna force me to open my phone or my laptop. If I did not open, I'm gonna be fucking beaten or arrested for that for at least 3 years with administration detention with no course and lawyers. So the big challenge that I'm started to live.
Okay.
The feeling of living is challenging me. That this is another universe for me. It's not a normal world.
Yeah,
Which
it's
is
really different lifestyles, or different. You are just introducing to
everything. Yeah, I'm starting as a newborn baby. trying to experience everything. This is every time when I always go abroad. And this time was more harsh because it's for long term, you know. I'm here for 5 months, just not for 2 weeks and leave.
Yeah.
I'm experienced like when I have a bad mood, going to university, work, events, meetings, like meeting my friends like outside for like late night without feeling it's gonna be like military race, we're gonna be shoot. Like, yeah, this is the case.
Yeah. And like my question I want to ask you is like, once you end Erasmus,
Yeah.
like what are your future plans? Like what are you like thinking of doing once this 5-6 months ends? Like where are you going from here after?
Actually, one of them was like building relationships with, especially with the people from EU that I'm doing right now, making actually friendship that, because as I always know, and I always was seeing my friends, like the friendship from Erasmus, like they are always unique, to be honest, as you guys. So they are always unique, and other thing that maybe have some experience like regarding for my field, which is that doing the Palestinian events here, which is controversial in Czech Republic. I know, speaking about this stuff. So we did the first one, thank God. In November we're gonna have two. In December I'm gonna give lecture regarding for manipulation media by Israelis regarding for Latifa ship for Palestine. So I'm trying to doing this stuff. I'm trying not to say change because I can't change alone, but I'm trying to normalize the speech about Palestine in Czech Republic. This is basically my aim because I came here not as a student. I came as Palestinian, and when I came here the first 1 month, che disastro as Italian.
Che disastro.
Che disastro. Literally, it was che disastro. Like how they marginalize my identity every time inside the classes, like the professors, coordinators, students. Every time when we like outside and someone know that I'm Palestinian, how they look at me, yeah, just I feel offended, which is normal to feel offended. So it's my own right to speak about that, of course. So yeah.
Yeah, like this whole thing that happened to you the first week where they gave you the presents.
Yeah.
Would
When
you
I
like
gave
to-
them.
Oh, when you
Yeah.
gave them, sorry.
Yeah.
You gave them the present.
Yeah.
Would you like to speak briefly about that, like your experience here?
Yes,
regarding
actually, the thing that this present was from my home university, and it was on the present the Palestinian map. And you know that Israelis occupied whole Palestine. Okay, there is what is they called Israeli state, which was built on the massacres and in Nakba in 1948 land and was Jerusalem. But East Jerusalem, West Bank, they are military occupied, 100%. Gaza under the siege, under the genocide right now. And basically they occupied part of like South Lebanon and Syria. You know, they need to make the huge Israel, their own project. So the thing that I gave him the present and I told him, this is from my home university. He looked at it, he told me, and he looked at the map by his life. He told me, is this Israel? And he know that I'm Palestinian. And I told him, this is a present from my home university, from Al-Quds University. And once time, it was like, literally it was so much rude, like, okay, by chance, like me and Israeli student. I don't treat them like in bad way. Okay, they are Israelis, I'm Palestinian, it's okay. But why he was marginalized my identity and he was treated here with more attention, with respect for the same time. You know, like this is happening at the same time in front of my eyes. So I'm Erasmus. As she Erasmus, I'm Erasmus. As she, what they called him, they are Israelis and Palestinian too. Until you give me the visa and you give me the documents, so you accepted my nationality and my identity. I did not come illegally, by the way.
Yeah.
I have my visa, I have my passport. At least some respect, some tolerance, man.
Yeah.
At least if this is your own like personal bias, at least during your professional work, you should be like neutral.
Yeah.
This is
People
the case.
a lot of times don't realize how the way they use the language impacts everyone else, and how your personal opinions and prejudice filters into the way you interact with people?
Like every time I said genocide, some people do not accept it. Every time I mention a Nakba, they deny it. There is something called the Nakba, there is something called catastrophe in 1948, which is weird that they always deny it, while Israelis themselves who were doing the Nakba on Palestinian, they made, I think before, maybe three or 4 years before the war in Gaza, they made a huge documentary about the crimes that they did it. And they were laughing, they said, yeah, we do that. But why you are denying this fact? Why they are claiming we did that? Yeah. And by the way, all the information about Nakba, the first information, that have been get from Israelis archive. Nakba, Palestinians were forcibly displaced. More than 750,000 people forcibly displaced. Massacres are around all Palestine. So this information, basically, at the first phase was from Israeli side. So they claim that we did that. So multiple stuff, genocide, Gaza, settlements. Some people, they deny the fact that there is in West Bank military occupation. How I'm living under military occupation, passing every day from 3 checkpoints as not a normal student, and you are living here in your fucking freedom, and you have all your freedom, and anyone maybe could harass you, you can go to police. For me, if a settler or a soldier do anything for me, I can do anything. I can go for anybody to protect me, basically. So you have your own freedom, and you are brainwashed, and you deny my own attitudes that I get it from my own experience, which is
the media mind control is so bad.
Yes.
Even the United Nations declared the Gaza Strip as a genocidal area.
Yeah.
An area that has suffered genocide. Sorry. So it's beyond opinions.
Yeah.
It's you have to read the facts.
Yep, that's the case. Even if you are agree, I don't want to convince people to be pro-Palestinian. I don't want to be pro-Palestinian. It's your own opinion. I will not force you to do that. But do not deny the fact that there is civilian and children have been killed for complete 2 years, and Palestine from 77 years under military occupation.
Yeah, because that's not under I don't know, any that's facts. You can see that, you can read it, you can observe it.
Yes.
And even if you are talking about it, at least maybe you are not pro of the idea, but at least you have to hear and respect the other's opinion. Before judging or before doing everything, you just listen to them, and at least maybe you won't end up being the most pro-Palestinian guy or woman ever, but at least you have to understand, and you have to hear all others talking to you about that.
At least respect other people's opinions, even if you are not agree with. Yeah, and even personally, liberal Zionists in front of my face, they said to me, look, Mira, what's happening in Gaza, it's war crime, but it's not a level for genocide. Even, I listen for them. Okay.
War crime is not okay.
It's not, no, that's the case. They normalize the occupation. Laura, they said to me, when we were comparing we're gonna go for sensitive level, but this is always happening, comparing the issue between Ukraine and Russia and Palestine and Israel, which is even totally different cases. This is a war between two states. Even there is civilian killed there. I don't agree for that, because I'm coming from military occupation. I'm coming from war. Of course, I will not be okay with anyone living the same thing, even the Holocaust.
Yeah,
even the Holocaust.
Yeah, and that's super interesting that you bring this up, because this meeting that you're doing in November, you're getting a Holocaust survivor, Jewish Holocaust survivor.
Yes, he's my colleague in teaching. He's my friend too.
Because a lot of people have this misconception that comes from illiteracy, basically, that Jewish people and Zionist people are exactly the same thing. Whereas obviously not the same thing.
Not at all.
And they call a lot of pro-Palestinian people anti-Semitic, which is wrong because you are Semitic.
I'm Semitic. I'm gonna be anti-Semitic. I'm gonna be like against my own race. This is bullshit, you know. This is just like a justification just to keep people silent. And this is the same thing I was saying about normalizing occupation. Keeping you silent and normalizing that you are living under occupation. When someone told me, okay, I told them, but I'm living under military occupation. I'm living under like checkpoints, settlements, like settlers attack. Like, okay, I'm living in uncertainty, like my life always under threat, literally always under threat. Every second, after any second, I don't know what could happen for me or for my family or for my friends. Like the last month, I received from my friend about our friend that is in prison, in Israeli prison from 2 years, complete 2 years.
Wow.
He was almost to be graduate. They arrested him the first then they released him for 10 days, then they arrested him. And even before that, they were always beating him in checkpoints. He was always receiving our university. His leg always broken, he's always beaten. The last news we heard it, and we did not hear it from lawyers. There is no lawyers visits, there is no family visits, there is no Red Cross visits even for that. We heard it from the prisoner who got released in the last exchange hostages. So the thing that the last thing that he got the blood because of the torture.
Wow.
Yes. And this is all the situation of the Palestinian prisoners.
Yeah.
So this is basically normalizing occupation. It's okay, you are living under checkpoints, you are under living military occupation. It's okay, we're gonna make a ceasefire between Hamas, what they call it Hamas, which is not Hamas. This is Palestinian people, if you agree or not. Like Gaza Strip, not only for Hamas, there is 2 million Palestinians living there. Hamas, yeah, it's a power regime as Palestinian authority, but we are all Palestinian. If you agree or not, I don't care about that. We are Palestinian because who are more get killed in this war, they were civilians, they were children and women, they were not Hamas fighting. If you agree with that.
It's a Western problem. All Western civilization will identify Muslim people as terrorists.
Muslim.
100% of the time.
Like the last 2 weeks, I was walking in the street and I was scrolling on Reels on Instagram, just put it like my head on my phone. I hear someone called, Allahu Akbar, boom, boom, boom. He was mocking me that I'm gonna bomb myself.
Girl, what?
Yes, I swear, it was like close the door too.
I hear.
Yes! Yeah, so it's basically something like sometimes look, I laugh because I don't have any solution. Just what should I do? I'm gonna like cry or what should I do? But sometimes I feel sad about them that you are still in this level of thinking. You are still so much down in thinking. You are still so much backward that you are judging people religion. That you are called yourself, you are democracy countries, that you respect like people religions. Habibi, in our region under occupation, we respect people religions more than here. I'm sorry to say it.
Welcome to Great Europe.
Yeah.
Literally, we are in Palestine that they always look. Even I always attend conferences and like workshops, and it was always in Europe. Yeah, some of them even feel surprised. I'm smart, I can speak. Why? I should not be smart and speak? I should not be like extrovert person? Why? Why you feel surprised because I'm Muslim, I'm hijabi, I'm Palestinian, that I have this qualification? Habib, I have qualifications more than you. Just come to Palestine. Just come to Palestine. See how we are living as Muslim and Christian and Jews. And even after what's called like fucking Israel who tried to make social fragmentation in Palestine. How it separated Gaza, how it separated West Bank, how it separated East Jerusalem. How even they were even at the time after Second Intifada, they were trying to convince the Palestinian Jews who were living specifically at the West Bank. They called it like Samariya security. They are 100% but like Palestinian, but they are Jews. They tried to convince them to become Israeli citizenship and like joining the Israeli Knesset and go to Israel. They refused. They refused because like we are living peacefully. This is their own religion. This is like my own religion, and we are all of us like brother and sisters. And we have something in Islam. It's called if my mom breastfeed like another like baby, he become my brother. I have like breastfeeding brother. He's a Christian. We always like living together. I don't know. They say you're a problem with Jews. How am gonna be having a problem with that guy because of his own religion? Come on, for sake of God.
There's this misconception that a
Yes.
democratic society should have no religion, but in my opinion, I don't know what you guys think, in my opinion, a true democratic society includes freedom of religion as one of the main freedoms.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you should be free to like express your own religion. Or
Yes.
just like
Until
and
you
not
don't
getting
harm.
not getting judged by who you are or what you think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Until you do your own religion practices in yourself, you don't, and you should not force any people
Yeah, I mean,
to do that.
of course.
And until you don't harm any people while you are doing that, and this is important point that the settlers always claim. They don't call West Bank, and even Netanyahu when they go on a speech, what they call West Bank? Judea Samaria.
What?
Judea Samaria. They didn't call it West Bank. Judea Samaria, as they imagine, like Israel as a state, they consider Jews a state. How is that? You make just piece of land for specific religion? Is this democracy? And you deny like the people that they have long history for Christian and Muslim and even Jews in this area. And you deny this is their own history and this is their own culture in that land, and you say this is Judea and Samaria. What the fuck? It's called Palestine. And the thing, there is something, like the phrase like free Palestine from the river to the sea. Now, like in some areas, this is like hate speech or terrorist attack. You know that Reuven Cohen who started saying this, but not free Palestine. Israel from the river to the sea. Yes. Yes. So every time when you come back for the deep history, we gonna see the settler colonialism system. Israel is the state, yeah, of course it's a state. They have sovereignty. They are having the sovereignty on the borders, economics, even the salaries on the Palestinian Authority. They control everything. Literally, if I want now to travel and they don't want to give me a proof, I will not to travel. Maybe they can put sanctions on me. I can't get out of my home for 1 or 2 years or 3 years. And this has always happened. And no one give a fuck. You know that if we need to do something in infrastructure in Palestine, we need to get the approval of the Israelis authority. Imagine if you need to do something for the rubbish, like for collecting all the rubbish for the village, you need to get the approval.
Wow.
And this is not Israel's area. This is
How is that
inside West
democratic?
Bank.
Yes.
This is inside West Bank. And when they started to refuse, I did the research for that, for ecology. And when they started to refuse giving a permission, what the fuck? Like all the village become rubbish. A guy, he has his own empty land. What he started to do, and he has his own truck, he started to collect the rubbish and put it in that land. They arrested him because he did that.
Wow.
Yep. How they gonna make us uncivilized in all the world? Like that. Yep.
This is like a clear example that the occupation and the war is more than the 7th of October.
No, it's before.
Way more.
Much before.
Way more.
It's more. It did not start as 7th of October.
I would also like to talk about the difference between political conflict and humanitarian conflict,
Yes.
and how people use media to
Yeah.
brainwash people into saying, no, this is a strictly political conflict, like resources, money, whatever. Israel
Politics.
is completely backed up by the United States, which is the world moneymaker right now, basically.
Of course.
And we all know how the United States are working right now. They aren't.
They are the mommy.
So I don't believe what I've read. I would also ask you later about some sources. What I've read, I don't think is a political conflict. It's a fully humanitarian conflict.
Humanitarian conflict, it's not a political one at all.
And I'm so glad that a lot of countries in Europe are kind of speaking up,
Yes.
politically speaking up about this. Like, for example, we're from Spain.
Yes.
And I'm not 100% proud of my country all the time. But right now,
You need to be proud.
in this conflict,
You
I'm
need to
very
be
proud
proud.
of them.
Yes.
Of course, you need to be proud about that. Come on.
Like our king, the
Yeah.
kingdom,
Yeah.
even spoke about it. Our prime minister, even in petty, stupid things,
Yeah.
I would say, like the Eurovision contest.
Yeah.
Spain, for example, decided to not go to Eurovision if Israel goes. The same way they kicked out Russia.
Yes.
It's like very small things,
This
but I
is
feel
the
that they're
same thing.
important.
They are important because, like, you know, they denying the double standard. They think that when it started the war between Ukraine and like Russia, they think that how they adapted Ukrainian people and how they put sanctions on Russia. That what's happening now in Palestine. And I always said it, if there was 60,000 animals killed in this way, all the world gonna make revolution. All the world gonna make the revolution, but because they are Arab and they are Palestinian, no one give a fuck. Because Israelis did that with the money of Germany, with the money of Italian government, with the money of US. They keep silence. They keep silence. That's why.
Also, we've always had the double standard. Like, it's not the same word refugees that are white than word refugees that aren't. We had the problem with Iraq and Syria, Iran, all throughout the early 2000s and 2010s. And right now, Sudan.
This is another case. Sudan.
Kenya, everything that's happening in Africa. I see, at least in Spain, I'm from the south. We're both from the coast. We get a lot of refugees. We get a lot of immigrants. Sometimes the way they treat them. So, okay, immigrants from Africa and Asia, no, we don't want them. But the German guy that bought 10 properties and kicked out 20 families out of their houses, that's okay. You're alright with that immigrant.
Because he's white.
Because he's white and he has money.
He has money, That's the thing, like, with the money, like, they rule everything, like, to make you feel less. It's like, he's gonna be worse to the country, to the people in the country, to our families, like, to whoever, and they are gonna accept him over other people, that just because they have no money of the way they arrived, it's like they feel they are, like, just because they are not white. You know, like,
I actually looked it up. 86% of the people that come to Spain searching for asylum and like get the Spanish passport, 86% of the people that come do not get it. You need a 10-year residence and full work.
For 10 years.
Yeah, you have to work in Spain for 10 years and have a stable house for you to be able to get the passport. And only like not even...
It's not the easiest thing.
Not even 20% of the people that come to Spain get it. And yet the media is like pushing and saying, no, we're giving them so much financial aid, we're letting in everyone. We're not. Yet all the white people that come, we have this problem with the Islas Baleares. Almost all the property there is from German and British people. It's so easy for them to come to Spain.
This is the capitalism way.
Yeah, that's literally neocolonialism.
This is the American
Western countries, like
literally. This is the American imperialism and capitalism. Welcome. And this is now was the Trump administration even too. Because look, that's why we
agreed not to curse. Don't say his name. Basically an insult.
The thing that I always say that, like, it's not about Palestine that you need to be a Palestinian to speak about, because this is a humanitarian case. Because when your regime supported these type of like crimes, this type of oppression, believe me, one day you're gonna do that, or indirect way for your own people.
You're next. Like literally
you're gonna be next. And we see like in Germany, in Berlin, how the German police, they attacked the people and they were peacefully protest. We see how they're like that. And even in Italy, always I see some scenes like the police do. So if you did not say no, and if they completely normalizing like oppression, occupation, settler colonialism, post-colonialism, and new imperialism too.
It's creating like the typical like snowball effect. Like once it's these people, then it's this other, and at the end it's gonna be like bigger, and there will be like some point that we will be able to stop that. Like
like first is Muslim people, then is trans people, then is women, then is kids, then is everyone. Like the goal is gonna be poor people in the end.
Literally. And rich people who are living.
Yeah.
Oh.
Capitalism system. Welcome for our world, American Orientalism.
Yeah, it's like dividing the world and like creating rage and
Yeah.
hate between the differences just
Yep.
by being or like not having like as much money as they have or being like different to them. Like it's like and they made a big difference on there and they treat you way worse or
Yeah.
way better depending on how you look, how you act, or where you're from.
Like-
But it's a strategy because
Yes.
once there's a minority that's picked up, everyone else is
Yeah.
gonna be like, okay, I have to work harder so I'm not like them.
Yes.
And it doesn't happen to me.
Mm.
That's like one of the incentives of capitalism. Like
Yeah.
you have to have the lower part.
Yep.
So everyone else tries to not be in the lower part.
Yeah.
But we still have the 1%. The 99% is the lower part.
Literally.
Like
that.
it's like
The majority are in the lower part. The
class
majority.
consciousness is so important because it's not that you're gonna be poor. You're already poor compared to
Already.
whoever's on
Yeah.
top.
You are already right.
You're already poor.
Literally.
Yeah, there's always someone who's richer than you,
Yeah.
and there's gonna be all the time.
Yeah, and like you said, first is Palestine.
Then it's gonna come another issues, believe me.
Next one is probably gonna be Cuba or Mexico.
Yep.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah, Mexico. No, it's not the state of political
We're watching the
US.
deportation without due process.
Yes.
We're watching it live. What the hell? They have concentration camps on America right now, the same way they have concentration camps in Palestine.
Yeah.
It's like-
Literally. Literally. Like as they have Guantanamo prison by US, we have it in Palestine, steady
Yes.
dead man. There was in Syria, Sednaya prison.
yeah.
You're gonna fight it in all the world.
Yeah, it's like
So if you did not say no, it's gonna complete.
Yeah.
Afghanistan.
This is another issue. Afghanistan, of course. Afghanistan, like Saudi Arabia has it too. So yeah,
Yeah.
let's have it.
Yeah, it will just continue once
Yep.
again and once again and once again as something is done, like
Yeah.
to stop it. You know, like
Welcome to World War III.
Look, the thing that sometimes it's hard because some people they did not live this pain, or their like beloved one did not live this pain, so they are not being convinced that we need to do something for that. But at the end of the day, I always say we are humans, regarding of our race, of our religion. We need to stand for each other. Because this is like our nature as we having humanity. That's why I always say about these cases, this is humanitarian case. It's not political. It's you can say it's political when these clashes between leaders, the leaders of these states, not like these
Yeah, like-
clashes like killing
China and the
people.
United States.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, for sure.
Yes, like the Cold War between Russia and US.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
not like a war crimes or genocide.
Yeah.
That's the case.
But it's so wild that some people think that they have to suffer through genocide to have basic empathy.
This is like harsh thing that you are not have this humanity for this reason.
No.
This is like so much fucked up. You don't have the sense for humanity to feel it like that other people. Because look, and the thing that I always say, this war, especially the genocide in Gaza, did you see that people were only recording? Even they did not see anything. They did not use like the word of genocide. Because like what they were recording, it was like enough.
Yeah.
And there was no need to explain that what's happening is genocide. So if you were not like empathized or from these scenes, I think, I don't know, you need like to check in your like humanity sense or something, I don't know.
No, but it's important that we
Yeah.
use the word genocide because it's
Yeah.
a very triggering word.
Yes,
Yeah,
but it's genocide if they agreed it or not. I'm a human rights and international law student. You know, when they try to navigate this with me, I told them I'm a human rights and international law student. If this is not genocide, I will not say it's genocide. And the thing that Israel do not have the right to self-defense. Come on, Israel is occupied territory in West Bank and Gaza. Even we have Palestinian Authority. We are still non-state actor. Like the right of self-defense only happening in one way, between two states. And one state attacked that state have the right to self-defense. But still, we are not the state. This is the first phase. Hamas, what they call terrorist group, by the way, all the Palestinian political affliction consider like terrorists. Even the Marxist and communist one is not even about Islamophobia. It's about the idea of resistance. If you are want to resist the occupation, you're gonna be considered terrorist. This is the thing. That the occupied power, they have the responsibility to protect the people under occupation. Not building siege, not exiling them for all the war, not making wars on them, not killing them from 77 years. What are you gonna expect? We're gonna be children behave like a good victims? You're gonna be like that? Come on!
Good victims.
Cute victims! And what did we gonna be to respond? We need to be acute victims? Go and live my life, and I need them to see that what's gonna react. Do not judge me when you did not live under occupation. And you said this is wrong, you should not do it. You did not fucking live under occupation. You don't have the right to say that on me. Israel do not have the right to self-defense, if they agreed or not. And even, okay, you said Hamas killed civilian. Yes, maybe I condemn this act. But look for the history. Why they do that? Why they do that? Look for the history. Because before 7th October, in 1 week, literally was in 1 week, in the West Bank, in Hebron, Israeli soldiers get a house in Hebron and they sexually harass women. And no one gives a fuck. They were for long months before 7th October, and until now they're preventing us as a Muslim to go for Al-Aqsa Mosque. And they always allowing every day hundreds and thousands of settlers going to Al-Aqsa Mosque, cursing Muhammad the Prophet and cursing Muslims. You know the protests inside Jerusalem in the front of Arabs, what they say, the settlers? Death to Arab. We're gonna do second Nakba. Yes, this is before 7th of October. And you say that, no, it's all about Hamas and Israel. It's not about Hamas. It's not about, if you say it or not, there's no Hamas in West Bank. There is no Hamas in East Jerusalem. Why there is thing happen? We have almost 9,000 settlers in West Bank. Settlers. Imagine, West Bank is not a huge area as you maybe can. Imagine we have 9,000 settlers. Every day, we have settlers attack. There is always out the spots. There is always settlements. All the road from my home to my university, there is no Palestinian existence. It's all of the settlements right now. And Israelis Knesset released a decision they're gonna annex for the West Bank. So all of my thinking, when I'm gonna come back in February, maybe I'm gonna have a new ID, a new passport. I never know. Why the Palestinian in Jerusalem until now, they are stateless. They don't have any citizenship. They don't have any identity. Just go and check. They have only Israeli temporary resident. This is what they always have. And they are not allowed to get build permission.
No.
It's weird. You know why? No? Okay, you are a Jew. You come to Israel's airport and you told them, I'm Jews, I need to become Israelis. They're gonna give you citizenship directly. And they're gonna put you in the home and they give you salary because you become a settler. But the Palestinians, they have owning this land from 1,000 years and they have all the documents. They don't give them a build permission. The Al-Quds in manipulation that is led by Israeli regime in Jerusalem. They don't give build permission for Palestinians. And what they do that they put the huge fines on the Palestinians, only on Palestinians. They don't put it on the same on Israelis. They put it huge fines on Palestinians. And the basic thing, you need to build a home. You have family, you have children, you have wife, you need to build a home. And when you build it and when you open courts, just give me a build permission for that, and you try to give. And they do not refuse. They demolishing their own home, and they put huge fines. Some fines reach $300,000. And I worked for this field.
Whoa.
And most of them get arrested. And this is long history for people in East Jerusalem with Israel. This is a long history for more than 40 years. Imagine if you are from East Jerusalem and you love a girl from West Bank. Imagine.
Yeah.
You know, if you get married, you can't bring her for East Jerusalem. And if you want to go to live in West Bank, like they're gonna take your Israeli temporary resident. I'm not talking about like a huge distance. Like
Yes.
East Jerusalem, that where I'm studying, and like this is my university, 5 meters the apartheid wall. This is like the areas that controlled by Israeli regime. Imagine if she's from here, like from West Bank, and he's from East Jerusalem, they can't live together. Imagine how they can like live in social fragmentation.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is like the case for hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands. So yeah.
Do you have any more questions? I have one final question for you to kind of wrap it up. What would you recommend for people who want to get informed on this matter? Like what pages or books or authors to check out if they actually want to get informed?
Okay, maybe I'm gonna go for basic things. If you need to understand what's really happened, you need to read the theoretical perspective for what's happening, which is colonialism, Orientalism. I always recommend Edward Said books, Ghassan Kanafani. For the news, I always recommend Eye on Palestine, Palestine Pixel. These like in news like on Instagram, because basically like every day, even before 7th of October, I'm following them from long years. They always share this on Instagram, and maybe we can include both in the description more links for the news and for more books.
Like the name of the book, the author.
It needed, because maybe you can get some things manipulated. And they are, look, the Israelis only in one thing they are smart. They are smart in manipulation, to be honest. This is the only thing they are smart. Yeah, they are good in stealing land, but they are so much bad in justifying, to be honest. They are so much bad in justifying. Okay, we love Holocaust. Tamam, Habibi, you are not the only race you love Holocaust, by the way. There was other races loved Holocaust, but they did not do the same, because it's not justifiable to go and killing people in the same way that you were on people being killed.
Yeah.
It's not justification at all.
Obviously not.
I don't see gay people doing that. No. We keep in mind the difference between Jewish people and Zionists.
Of course.
Always.
We need it, because, you know, now even after
you don't have to be Jewish to be Zionist, for example.
Yes, basically. And you don't need to be Zionist, like, you can be Zionist and even you can't be Jews, because there is a lot of Zionist Christians. And there is a lot of Zionist Americans. There is a lot, and they are not Jews. So the thing, because Zionist is only a political movement that aiming to kick out the indigenous people and take the land. This is their own, and this is their own definition. That's why they say Judaism area. They don't call it West Bank. The geographical name for this area is called West Bank. Because it's the close for the river. So it's like West Bank, you know, so that's the case. And I think now, even until now, after the genocide and before the genocide, there is a group called Naturi Kartka, and I love them so much. They are a group of Jews who are even more committed for religion, but they are always anti-Zionists. They are a huge anti-Zionists. And this was from during 1990s. 1980s, from long time, and they were always supporting the PLO and the Palestinian political afflictions against Israelis. And after the war, when they got the protest for Palestine for stopping genocide, they get arrested. A lot of them, and a lot of young Israelis now, they realize the fact that their own government, they are making like all the situation as hell. They're leading for catastrophe. They are not leading for a good future for them, basically at all. Because you see in Europe, some parts in Europe, when you are Israelis and they discover you are Israelis, how they treated you. Your government are criminals. Are we gonna be like? How are they gonna accept you? Come on. So we see differences right now.
I see differences.
Okay, it's been a huge pleasure talking to you today. I'm so glad that we get the privilege to talk to you every day.
Come on. Thank you so much.
That's true.
But I hope that whoever listens to this podcast gets a snippet of your experience and all your knowledge.
Yeah, how's,
Thank
how's
you.
your life like in Palestine and after Palestine? Now here it's like the in terms of freedom, in terms of like living and everything.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
interesting to know like a person like you.
Yes,
So for me it's
yeah.
a pleasure for sure.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, so thank you once
Yeah.
again.
Welcome, yeah.
And
We'll see you soon.
For sure,
Okay.
thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much.